Hey guys, IceWire here and welcome back to the channel. It has been 10 months since we got any news related to Bloodlines 2 and finally we got a trailer. So that's what we're going to be having a talk about today. We're going to have a look at it and discuss the contents of said trailer. If you're new here, hello, my name is Holly, nice to meet you. Before we begin, I cannot stress to you how weird this setup is going to be. For me, I don't have the setup I used to back in the day when I started making Bloodlines 2 content. So right now I have my cell phone as a nice lighting, which is why this looks like good. And I'm going to be watching the trailer on my laptop because I'm using my phone as a backlight. Budget setups, you gotta love them. If you haven't seen the newest Bloodlines 2 trailer, I highly recommend checking that out. And then once you've seen it yourself, come back here and we can go over it together. So without further ado, let's get right into the good stuff. It's very Christmassy right off the bat, and I dislike this. I dislike this very much. Not the trailer, just what's happening. Boy, why do you have to do this at Christmas, Damp? This is why we can't have you for the holidays. Oh, don't stroke your face, that's weird. Come on, my guy. You're really strange. Who are they? Who is she? Who is he? So pretty. Also, I have things to say about this. Me too, the fuck. Oh, I'm so gay. No, I would be this man in that situation, not gonna lie. Oh, there's so much going on. Everything is just all over the place. But we dancing at the end. So the trailer begins with our good old Malkavian buddy, Mr. Damp, vibing at Christmas. He's been invited around for the holidays and he's had too much eggnog and the eggnog has gone to his head and he's jokified everybody. I would not invite Mr. Damp to my Christmas gathering. It's so unsettling. At first when I watched this part it threw me off because I don't know, I'm naturally just sort of averse to that sort of thing, but after watching it 2 or 3 more times, I don't know, it grew on me. It's meant to be creepy, and at first I didn't get that just because, I don't know, I'm squeamish, and yet I like vampires. How ironic. This is kind of cool because we get a look into the mindset of Mr. Damp, and he's Malkavian, so he has some issues. As I've mentioned before on the channel in the past, I know that the Bloodlines developers are not quite going away from the fish milk stereotype, but they're also doing more research on mental health, so it'll be interesting to see and learn, if we do get to know Mr. Damp, what's going on in that noggin of his, because clearly, nothing good. So the events in the game seem to be around Christmas time, and what a time to be turned into a vampire against your will. you're making your plans for your holidays, you're getting excited to see your family, your friends, whatever you do, or just sit alone and watch Christmas specials on Netflix. And then you get turned into a vampire. Now, it has been 10 months since we got the last trailer, so this is the first look at what the game looks like. It is cinematic, yes, but this is like the first glimpse that we've seen of what the game looks like in its current state in a long time. And I think it's really hard to tell where they've improved upon in certain areas. One of the biggest concerns that we did have, well, I know for me specifically, and a few other people online, one of the bigger concerns was how the lip syncing and the combat itself looked. We didn't really get to see too much of the combat. I mean, we did get to see a guy like swung at with an axe by the player character, and it looks standard, you know, like nothing that makes you do a double take, which I guess is a good thing. I feel like I'm like moving away from the camera like further and further as this video goes on. But in reality, I am literally sitting on the edge of a bed mattress on the floor, so it gets uncomfy after a while. We did, however, get a glimpse at some new faces. We got to see a woman in a suit, you know, flipping the bird off at somebody, and a big muscly man closing some doors. This is the first time that we've seen them in gameplay. We actually have seen them before if you pay attention to any of the promotional art that's come out for the game. So we know that the woman in the suit is part of the Camarilla and works for the current Prince of Seattle. So we know that much about her specifically. And as for the muscly man, he is part of the Pioneers, so he works for Lou Grand. You can see him on the poster as well. Who these characters are, we don't know. Do I want to find out more? Hell yeah. Do I want to romance said characters? Always. I see big buff man in any woman ever, and yes, to flirt with yes. Oh, my brain cells are dying today. Speaking of the Camarilla and the current Prince of Seattle, Alex Cross's face, if that is him, he's had some work done, because I mean, if you compare him to the first time that we saw him and then now, that's, I don't know if I like that change. I get that, you know, as you get further into game development, a lot of things can change, but I don't know if I like his face right now. He looks bleh. He makes LaCroix look like Leonardo DiCaprio, just a random comparison, or Chris Hemsworth, whatever floats your goats. I did like the little effect of like the blood floating and him just sort of like grabbing it. That was a really neat touch. This, and I cannot stress this enough, we got to see my wife, my vampire waifu in this game, Elif, and just everything about her scene was perfect. I love her. I would die for her. She's fantastic. And I actually kind of want to be a Tremere in this game. I'm a Toreador naturally. So, and women making me want to change sides. It's just like Jeanette all over again. It's just like Jeanette. One thing I will say about this trailer is that I really enjoyed how lively it was. You know, it was upbeat, it was fun, but also like it showed off like the tone for the game really well, despite the fact that, you know, everybody was like dancing and vibing and whatnot. I think if you were going to market this game in any way, like, could have gone more broody with it, but instead you went with fun and goofy. And if you remember the first Bloodlines game, it was goofy. It actually was, underneath all of the darkness in that setting. You ran into some characters in that game and some interesting side missions. So it definitely preserves the tone of what we know of Vampire the Masquerade from the first game, and it seems to be carrying over into Bloodlines 2, which is fantastic. I don't know, just overall I really approve of, I don't know, dorky, fun direction that they took with this little extra snippet of gameplay that they showed us. Well, not gameplay, but you know, cinematic. You get what I mean. We got another look at the game. I'm looking at the trailer right now, just like screenshot wise, and I just want to say this man, this poor fellow right here, same, I would be him in this scenario, and I thought this is one of the best moments of this trailer. I'm biased of course because I like Elif, but we also get to see a group of men at one point, and I don't know who the hell they are. These are the guys that like bring you into the, I don't know, like the Camarilla at the start of the game, you know, because you're on trial for your death just for existing at the start of this game. Hi, Editing Ice here, jumping in real quick. So something I didn't notice until I watched another person's video, the person in question being Hoodie. I'll link her like picture to her channel somewhere here. It wasn't just a random group of men. The better man was random, but the other three that were with them were the Toreador, Malkavian, and the Ventrue character models that you see on the Bloodlines 2 website. It didn't click. It did not click at all when I first watched it. And then when Hoodie pointed it out in her video, I was like, oh shit, and then I went back and watched it and yeah, it's them. So I just want to add that in real quick. Back to present video Ice. Maybe they're the guys that bring you in, or it's a completely different situation entirely. Who knows, but I'd like to know about them. They give off big Bruja energy. I don't know if it's just the guy with the beard that's like speaking, but he gives off big Bruja energy. Overall, this was a really solid trailer. It didn't give away too much, yet it showed enough to, you know, intrigue any outsiders to come into the world of darkness. I was gonna say the world of the Masquerade there, and that don't make no goddamn sense, but I guess it could also work. As I was saying, it's a good selling point to have like a fun trailer, because the last few trailers that we've looked at are very dark, edgy and broody, which, to be fair, is the setting of Vampire the Masquerade in general. You know, it's a dark place, it's pretty grim, but there are some light moments hidden within all the broodiness, and this trailer showed that off really well, I believe. I'm assuming that was the aim, just to, you know, give us a glimpse into some of the characters' personalities, like for example Mr. Damp, Elif. And I have seen some reactions just like on Twitter of people being like, I have not heard of this game before I saw this trailer, and now I am intrigued because it looks cool, and that's really awesome. Really, my only critique of this is just Alex Cross. He doesn't look... What happened? Paradox? I like you. Did the blush of life go wrong for him or something? Did he... What happened? What happened to Jaime Lannister looking boy? Anyway, those are my thoughts on the newest Bloodlines 2 trailer. What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments below. I personally like it. At first I didn't. I don't know, I was put off by the faces at the beginning because I thought, oh, it's being edgy for the sake of being edgy. But it grew on me. I don't even want to know how he did that to their faces, or how he like puppeteered them up. I have not played this game yet, and I am already terrified of Mr. Damp. And of course, a massive thank you to my current patrons of 2020. They are, of course, Nicholas Montoya, Cooladora, Kazgirl, and Zapfanouch. And if you want to see your name shouted out at the end of the video like these amazing people right here, do hop on over to my Patreon and check out all the cool rewards on offer. And thank you so much for all of the amazing support you guys give me on that platform. It has funded many different things on this channel and also has kept me fed. So thank you very much for all the support on Patreon. Anyway, it is IceWire signing off, and I'll see you later next time on the channel. Have a lovely day / night wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys next time.